Good morning, welcome back from the comfort of my car. I'm on my way to work, going in at 8:30 today, and it's going good so far. I think I'm on like maybe day 8 or 9 of orientation. I've been calling patients since the beginning. I think like since day 2 of orientation. Of my orientation. So obviously I started off slow, and I started off with like the easier patients, and then slowly have been working on other ones. So it's going good so far. I'm starting to get a little bit more comfortable with telling them which medications they need to hold and which ones they don't, and that's a good thing. And I'm also getting more comfortable with the anesthesia protocol that we have. So that's good. It's just that at the beginning, like, I didn't feel comfortable just kind of making decisions because I just didn't want to miss something. So I was constantly asking questions. I mean, I still ask questions, but I'm slowly starting to get it. So my critical thinking skills are getting better. So anyways, I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna put on my music to hype myself up. Anyways, it is a run day playlist. Yesterday I ran 3 miles and it felt so good. Well, jogged 3 miles. It felt really good. But anyways, so let's go to work and let's have a good, positive day. Anyways, I'm gonna get my stuff already and we're going to go into work. I'm a little early, but I clock in early so I can leave earlier. So it's a little bit past 5 and I had a really good day today. I think the last clip you guys saw was of me eating my lunch, and it was freaking good. It was like a Japanese fried rice with tempura shrimp. It was so good, so good. Like, I want to eat it again. So I hope that this footage is not as shaky because I am driving and you guys are sitting on my dashboard and that's why I'm shaking. But anyways, today was a good day. I think I made 5 calls today, so I'm getting there. I'm supposed to be calling at least 8 patients a day, and I'm halfway there. Not completely there since I'm still slow, and I feel like I say that all the freaking time, but it is only like my maybe 8th day of working, and yeah, but I'm moving along. But I am now getting patients on my own. Of course, if I have questions, I ask. I'm just the type of person that needs to do the thing in order for me to feel comfortable on my own. So that's why I just said, you know, let me just call patients and document, and if I have questions I will ask, because that's how I learn best. And it's very important for you to know like your learning style. And I also take a lot of notes. I like to take notes on my notebook. Well, actually it's not mine. Actually my friend gave it to me because I don't take a notebook, but she gave me the notebook and I write a bunch of notes there. That way I can keep referring to that notebook instead of asking the same question over and over. But I am getting a lot more comfortable with medication, and telling patients which medications they should hold on the day of the surgery, etc. If you don't know, you don't know, and you need to ask. You cannot be like embarrassed to ask, because it's okay like not to know. So I think it's super important that you keep in mind that just because you've been a nurse for so long, it doesn't mean that you know everything. And the most important thing is knowing when to ask for help. No matter how many years of experience you have, it doesn't matter. And this should also, I hope, encourage you to try out different specialties. And if you want to try other specialties, apply for them. You don't necessarily have to have experience in those specialties, but at least show that you are willing to learn and grasp as much information as you can about the position. So, and of course, and just show that you're willing to learn, that you enjoy challenges, like may look at other people's videos, especially nurses. Let me see if I can put you guys right here. There you go. So other nurses may look at our videos, especially if we're not working at the bedside, and think that we somehow have some type of experience. And honestly, I don't. Like, I don't have any experience in surgery, any experience in anesthesia, like nothing like that. It's just my background helped me get this position because of the med-surg tele background that I have, but also the fact that I have care coordination experience in my primary care job and also with my utilization review job. So I think that really helped, and of course networking. So my friend was the one that told me about this job, and that's how I found out about it. If not, I wouldn't have like known that there was a position like this out there. So I think it's so important that you try to network. Just try to network with people who you want to work with in the future and who you trust, not only personally but professionally, because that's huge. But that's a huge part of getting these nursing jobs that you might think are far from your reach, because a lot, okay, maybe like all of my jobs, maybe, or like me, yeah, I would say, okay, so my med-surg tele job, I got that position because I was already working there as a CNA, so they knew me and they helped me get into the nursing program. So that's how I got in there. That was my first nursing job. And then from there, I went to primary care. That job, I didn't know anybody, and it was one of the hospitals that I really wanted to work at, like really bad. And I got in like at the first try, which is very hard to get into. And that one I didn't know anybody. I got in all by myself, so I was very proud of that. And the third position, which is utilization review, I knew about that position because the person who was the manager of that position, I had worked with that person in the past. So that's how I knew about that position, or I would have never applied or even known it existed. Public health nursing job where I was doing contact tracing and interviewing, I knew about that job because my ex-coworker knew like the director of public health, and they were looking for remote nurses to help them. So that's how I got that job, or I would have never known. So it's so important that you network, because you just never know where there will be an awesome opportunity for you. Now, like I said, keep in mind that you want to network with people who you actually like, who you actually value professionally and personally, you know, admire them. You don't want to just network with people just to, how do I say it? Like, okay, what I meant to say is make genuine connections with people instead of using people. That's what I mean. So anyways, that is my number one tip for anybody out there who is looking for an opportunity, like in any nursing position, even like a position that you didn't even know existed. Network, you guys need to network. It's so important to network in nursing and in any career really, but especially in nursing, because there's so many opportunities, and that's how you find out about them. And just to clarify, just because I networked with these people and got these jobs doesn't mean that I necessarily got the job because of just knowing those people. I still had to put in a resume, still have to go through the interview, so it's not like an automatic yes, you're gonna get the job. And just so you know, in this position as a pre-admission testing nurse, this was actually my third time interviewing. I interviewed twice back in, well, once in 2015 and the other in 2016. So that just shows you that just because you know people doesn't mean that you're going to get the job. They also look at your resume. So just keep that in mind. I did apply 3 times, and the third time was the time that I actually got the job. So everything happens for a reason, and I'm grateful because during those 2 times that I didn't get the job, I was able to work in that other facility that I really wanted to. So it opened up that opportunity, and now here I am in 2021, and now I have the opportunity to work as a per diem nurse, which is something that I want now in 2021, and it just works out with my life now. So it's perfect. So keep applying for that job that you find interesting. You just never know when you may get the job. Also want to mention that just because there's a job posting specifically for an LVN or LPN, that doesn't mean that they are not willing to hire a registered nurse. So if you see a position that is open for a department or a specialty where you want to work in, but there are only LVN openings, apply anyway. That's exactly what I did, and I was interviewed and they were willing to hire an RN, so why not try? So that's another of my tip, you guys. Other than networking, if you see job openings that are for LVNs and you want to work in that specialty, why not apply? I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? They're going to reject your application. Like, so what? Apply anyway, because you never know, that manager may be willing to hire a registered nurse. Well, I am now heading home. My mom texted me, she's like, I made tacos. I'm like, yes, tacos, but I have to work out first. I'll see you guys on my next video. Make sure to like, subscribe,